guys, welcome back to the Basement Breakdown. It's been about a week since I posted a video. We got UFC 315 coming up, guys. Belal Muhammad takes on Della Maddalena. But just quickly, briefly, we did okay on our UFC Fight Night Sandhagen versus Figueiredo picks. 6 out of 12, 50%. Not bad. Kind of a tough card to predict to some extent. But also in hindsight, a couple fights, such as that Renair de Ritter Bo Nickel fight, probably a lot easier for me to kind of predict in hindsight. I don't know. It just kind of makes sense. And Bo Nickel, he's been super humble after the whole ordeal. Ariel Helwani had him on. And he was basically owning up to everything, talking about how he needs to work on stuff and what his next steps are, that he's still confident, whatever. Good to see this side of him, because how can you be cocky after that performance? Anyways, guys, 6 for 12. I sometimes do look at some of the big YouTubers before I post my picks. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do, sometimes I just look at them after, sometimes I don't look at them at all. It really depends. But when I do, Bedtime MMA, MMA Guru, some other people as well. But those are some of the main guys. But yeah, this was a tough card to predict. But yeah, we got 6 right. We got Corey right in the main event. Unfortunately, Davison got injured. We got Daniel Rodriguez right against Santiago Ponzinibbio. We got Montel Jackson right, unfortunately. And then we got Mason Jones versus Jeremy Stephens. I wanted Jeremy to win secretly, but I thought Mason would win. But on the prelims we got I wanted to take Yana Santos. I actually did take her in my video and I switched it to Misha Tate. I should have gone with my gut. Would have went 7 for 12, but whatever. In retrospect, I switched my pick of Ryan Loder to Asmat, so that cancels it out. Asmat was one of my picks, and Julian Robertson. The rest we kind of didn't do well on. Thomas Peterson, Juliana Miller, who saw that. But yeah, not much to talk about there. Decent card. We move up to UFC 315. The UFC comes back to Canada, guys, and I'm not going to be there to see it, unfortunately. I do believe there's a lot of tickets still available, so I don't know how well it's selling at the Bell Center, but I'm pretty sure GSP will be in attendance, so that'll be cool. And guys, we're going to be breaking down the cards tonight. I'm a little tired, as I usually am when I make these videos, but can't stop, won't stop. Every single card must be broken down, from the named cards to the Apex cards. And who knows, guys? Maybe we'll be breaking down Dana White's Contender Series. We'll see. A lot of fun stuff. A lot of content. But UFC 315, guys. This should be a good one. It's a good card. I've got a lot of thoughts about it, so let's dive into it, guys. Our first matchup of the night, we have Brad Katona versus Beksat Almakan. Brad Katona, 2-time Ultimate Fighter winner. I think he switched teams halfway during the Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler season of the Ultimate Fighter. I think he switched teams like halfway. But whatever. Brad Katona takes on Beksat. I think Brad Katona is coming off of a loss versus Gene Matsumoto. Very close fight. Arguably could have won that. And then he's, since his return to the UFC, which I think was against, Garrett Armfeld, he lost that decision, then won against Jesse Butler, and then lost to Gene. I don't see a whole lot of finishing ability from Brad Katona. I kind of like him. He's a weird guy, but 33 years of age. Beksat's got the height and the reach, fair bit of reach. The Turian warrior. Lost to Umar Nurmagomedov. But I do remember that fight, and he did look quite impressive in that fight, to be honest with you. I think Bexalt's going to win this fight. I remember watching that Umar fight. He did lose, but I think he's going to be too much for Brad Katona. It's got to be a decision. We're going to go with a Bexat decision, guys. We move up the card. Daniel Santos versus Li Jiang. Probably butchered that. But both within a year of each other. Daniel Santos is 30. Li is 29. Li has the height advantage as well as a significant reach advantage. Daniel Willie Cat Santos. I like him. He's good. Hasn't fought since 2023. Was supposed to fight Said Nurmagomedov. That got canceled for UFC 308. He beat Johnny Munoz. He's had a lot of canceled bouts. John Castanda. He lost to Julio Arce. And that's it. To be fair, he's definitely a talented dude. But I'm gonna probably go with Li Jiang. He's had a couple of canceled bouts. TKO'd Hyder Emil. That's a good win. Blake Builder. That's a decent win as well. I think Lee's gonna. Let's go with a KO in the first round. Li Jiang KO first round. Marc-Andre Beirut versus Bruno Silva. The Canadian. I think his last fight was against Joe Pfeiffer, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, it was against Dustin Stolfazis. Yeah, I do remember that. And he just got KO'd, and then he got KO'd by Joe Pfeiffer. And now he's going up against Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva, I believe he welcomed Alex Pereira into the UFC. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like if this was Bruno Silva, like, before maybe the Chris Weidman fight, then he would have a better chance, but I don't know, man. I feel like he's probably not going to get better as the fight goes on. I'm going to go with Marc-Andre Beirut, guys. Yeah. Okay. We're going to do it. Let's move up the card. Navajo Sterling versus Yvonne Urslan. Sterling's 6-0. Yvonne Urslan's 14-4. Sterling's 27. Yvonne's 33. Fuck. Yvonne lost to Ion Huliba, but that was a good fight. Yvonne came out strong. Ion grew as the fight went on. Navajo Sterling. Yeah, he beat Tuco Tacos. That's a fun name to say, guys. That was the Joaquin Buckley versus Kobe Covington, the Tampa card. I remember that fight. He looked very good. Yeah, we're gonna go with Navajo Sterling. I don't trust Yvonne Urslan. We're gonna go with a decision. Yeah, I think Yvonne. I think Yvonne's tough. So Sterling's gonna take him to a decision. Next up, we have Jessica Andrade versus Yasmin Yusufvicius. Did I pick against Yasmin last time? Silly me. She's Canadian. I think she did some stuff with Mike Malott recently for like the media week. Yeah, Mike Malott was a little timid in his media day, but I don't know, man. Jessica Andrade at flyweight doesn't always look very good. That kind of scares me. I think Yasmin's gonna win this, guys. Yeah, I think she's gonna take her to a decision. 29-28 Yasmin. I'm sorry, Jessica. This is not your weight class. We move up to Mike Malott versus Charles Radke. You got hurt bad, Charles Radke, when you fought did he fight Carlos Prates? I think he was the one who took the knee from him. Yeah, he did. Since then, he he won against Gilbert Urbina before he took that knee from Carlos, and then he fought Matthew Smellsberger. Funny dude. Funny name to say as well, where he TKO'd him in the first round. And then he's fighting Mike Malott, the Canadian native himself. His brother also plays hockey in the NHL. I think he got into his first fight recently. Is he played for the Kings? I think so. Anyways, whatever. Yeah, so Mike Malott was undefeated until he fought, was it not Jeff Neal, it was Neil Magny, sorry. Yeah, where he was winning the fight, and then in the third round, yeah, didn't really go his way. He ended up on his back, and then Neil Magny sort of wailed on him, then kind of covered up, and then the ref called it. Crazy to see that fight end that way. So, you know, that was his first loss. And I think after that, who did he fight? Trevin Giles. And then, yeah, now he's fighting Charles Radtke. I feel like for some reason I want to take Charles Radtke. But I'm going to go with, I shouldn't say that before I go with, why? Yeah. I'm going to go with Mike Malott to win a decision against Charles Radtke. I'm a little worried about that because Charles Radtke is good kickboxing. He's a good striker. He's a good fighter. Let's go with Mike Malott. We're going to go with Mike Malott. I better be right about this, though. I'm going to be upset if I'm not. Let's keep it going, guys. This fight was made last minute. Benoit Saint-Denis was supposed to fight Joel Alvarez. I would have picked Joel Alvarez to beat the fuck out of Benoit Saint-Denis. Probably like a first-round TKO. But no, he fights Kyle Prepolek on a couple days' notice. I think that this is probably going to go Benoit Saint-Denis' way. Yeah, Kyle Prepolek hasn't won a fight in a while. He's coming off of 2 losses via decision to Austin Hubbard and Nordine Talib. And yeah, I don't really feel like I need to say much more. Benoit Saint-Denis probably I think I've seen online, like he's so fucking favorited. I think he's probably more likely than not going to win it. Here's what I think will be interesting. Natalia Silva versus Alexa Grasso. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go with... Oh yeah, Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales got canceled. That's very upsetting. I was just looking at that for a second. I mean, Alexa Grasso's 31. Natalia Silva is 28. I think Natalia Silva's looked very impressive in her UFC career. Her last one was against Jessica Andrade. She fought Vivian Araujo before that. Yeah, she's undefeated, right? Like, she hasn't lost to anybody. She's fought some good opponents too. I'm very worried for Alexa Grasso in this fight. I think she's going to have a tough time with Natalia Silva, especially after her last opponent, who she fought a trilogy with, Valentina Shevchenko. I didn't think, well, obviously the first fight, Valentina was winning until she, got subbed by Alexa. The second fight, I'm not sure why the judges gave that a 10-8 in the last round for Alexa, but I thought Valentina won it. They gave it a draw. And then Valentina dominantly wins the rubber match. I'm very worried about this for Alexa Grasso. I think that she is going to lose to Natalia Silva via decision. Yeah, I'm sorry, Alexa. I'm sorry, yeah. Moving up. I remember when they made this fight, I was on my vacation in Florida. Jose Aldo versus Amin Zahabi. Why the fuck did they make this fight? Amin Zahabi's coming off a decision win versus Prejo Munoz and Javid Basharat and Queeling Ori. He's coming on, yeah, he's in Ricky Turquios and Draco Rodriguez. To be fair, he has a very nice win streak, and yeah, I mean, since he's lost to Vince Morales, he's won every fight now. Like, I mean, he hasn't fought too much each year, but I don't know. I don't think this will be too much, though, for Jose Aldo. I really don't think it will be. I think you only have him left for a couple more fights, and I'm really not sure why they're doing this. To some extent, there were so many other people that he could fight. I mean, whatever. But I mean, like, it would be a nice win to take him out. A guy on such a nice winning streak. I'm gonna go with Jose Aldo. I think a decision's gonna happen probably. If not, let's go with a Jose Aldo TKO in the second round. This isn't gonna be a Mario Bautista situation where he gets fucking failed takedown after failed takedown against him. Better not. I think Jose Aldo's gonna catch him at some point. I'm sorry as a hobby, but I gotta go with the one of my goats, and probably lots of your goats if you know your MMA guys. Jose Aldo. Yeah, Valentina Shevchenko is fighting Mignon Fiorot. Valentina Shevchenko is one of the most impressive women fighters I've ever watched. She has fights that I enjoy watching. Some of those Alexa Grasso fights were fun to watch. Valentina is, obviously coming off of that Alexa Grasso win. She's been a champ before. She's lost to Amanda Nunes. She's only lost to the best of the best, guys. I actually also think she won that Amanda Nunes second fight. But that's a topic for another time. Maybe a video on that. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts about that, but you can let me know in the comments. She goes up against Mignon Fiorot. Mignon is a French lady, so she will be probably a crowd favorite there at the Bell Center. She's undefeated in the UFC. Most recent win against Erin Blanchfield. She has wins against Rose Namajunas. And she's got wins against Jennifer Maia, Caitlin Chukagian, and like some other people as well. Maya Bueno Silva. She has some good wins. Tabitha Ritchie. Yeah, Mignon Fiorot earned this. She's the next in line before you maybe make that Zhang Weili Valentina Shevchenko fight, but I don't know. I think that Mignon Fiorot had problems with Rose. I think that she's looked beatable at certain times within her fights, and I think that Valentina Shevchenko's style of fighting is going to be able to deal with Mignon's. I think Valentina Shevchenko more than likely is going to win a decision against Mignon Fiorot. I see a lot of takedowns and control being the being what it is. There's not too much of a discrepancy between height, besides Mignon is like a little bit taller. Valentina has a slight reach, but yeah, I think there'll be a lot of control for Valentina. If she can get her takedowns down, then it's going to be a tough night for Mignon Fiorot, guys. Let's go with Valentina via decision. We've all been waiting for it. We thought that we thought that Jack would be fighting Leon Edwards. We haven't heard from Shavkat in a long time. We don't know when he's going to be coming back. Yeah. We got Belal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena for the welterweight title, guys. This is a big fight, and I've definitely looked at some of the... I've definitely taken a while to make this video. I've definitely kind of thought about this for a while. Well, Belal's going for history here, guys. The decisionator, he's boring or whatever, but I don't know, I kind of liked him this week in his media week. He did a good job with some of the things he said, some good trash talk. I thought he was very entertaining for the most part. As far as the media week went, they didn't really talk to that many people. They gave Ian Gary the most screen time out of anybody, where that guy loves himself more than anyone else, definitely. But, yeah, he'll be weighing in as the backup. But, yeah, Jack Della Maddalena has been out with an injury ever since that Gilbert Burns fight, which he was down on two of the judges' scorecards. I think one had it tied going into the third. I remember watching it and thinking similar to that, but, like, I thought that Jack won the first. But he's undefeated in the UFC. Wins against Kevin Holland, Basil Hafez, Danny Roberts. Yeah, I mean, do I think that they rushed Jack Della Maddalena for this? I don't know, man. He's game. I really like the way that he fights. I really like Jack Della Maddalena. I think he's a very, very talented fighter. Belal Muhammad, guys. he hasn't lost a fight in a while. A long time. So long I can't even remember. So I guess that's where the remember the name comes into play. But let's just look at Belal Muhammad's record for a second, guys. His last loss came to Jeff Neal in 2019, the Cejudo versus TJ Dillashaw fight. Yeah, he got pretty fucked up. But since then, he's gone on to win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fights in a row. So he's putting together quite a nice streak. Guys like Leon Edwards, Gilbert Burns, even though he was kind of fucked up during that fight. Sean Brady took his 0. Vicente Luque, Wonder Boy. He's a good fights, man. That Leon Edwards fight, I think Leon Edwards won 2 of the rounds on the judges' scorecard, which technically, means that he was 1 round away from winning the fight, but Belal Muhammad was definitely impressive in his last performance. I think he had like a toe injury, which is why he couldn't fight Shavkat. A little back and forth with them between injuries. That's how Jack slid his way in. Belal is very good. He trains with Khabib. I know Jack's been training with Mr. Craig Jones. And he's no slouch on the feet. He's no slouch on the ground. And I'm worried for him. I know a lot of the big guys have taken Jack Della Maddalena in this fight, but my brain is telling me that Belal Muhammad's going to win this fight via decision. Jack's, I don't know. I just see a lot of confidence from Belal this week, and I just think that Jack's been out for so long, and that he did get in a very close fight with Gilbert Burns. And I think this is, I don't know, man. Like, I can't pick Jack. I'm going to go with Belal Muhammad to win this fight. I think more than likely it's going to be a decision. I don't want to go with Belal Muhammad necessarily, but I'm not going to go against what I think, because we've been doing well with our picks. I think Belal Muhammad's going to win this fight, guys, unfortunately. I think he's going to be able to get his punches off. I think he's going to be able to threaten the takedown. If he can get his takedowns on Jack, then it's going to be tough, man. And I don't know if Belal's going to be able to finish Jack because he is the decisionator. But because he is the decisionator, guys, I'm going to have to go with him. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be forgetting the name for a little bit. I think he's going to defend this title on Saturday against Jack, guys. I'd like to be wrong about that, so Jack Della Maddalena proved me wrong. I don't like getting main events wrong, but I'd be happy if Jack won the title. That sets up some very interesting matchups. But yeah, besides that, Marvin Vettori got booked against Brendan Allen. I think that should have happened a while ago, but naturally right now they're both just not really doing well with their records as of late. So I think putting them up against each other is a good fight. So that's something that just got announced. Yeah, guys, I'm going to be watching this with some of my buddies. We're probably going to be live streaming it, which should be fun. And we're going to have a lot of bets going. So that's my rundown for UFC 315, guys. Let's get it. I'm really excited for this card. It should be good. I'm confident with my picks. I've taken quite a while to think about this and really piece it together in my head the way I like to with these things, especially now that we're picking up some steam. I'm going to give it another 2 cards so we have a big enough sample size, but we're almost at 3 months of predictions, so we're going to take a look at what the totality of our percentages is, guys, and see how well we're doing. But let's keep it up. UFC 315, let's do it, guys. Basement Breakdown out. Hope you guys are having a great week.
Go! Basement Breakdown, let it go!
Hey guys, I'm sorry for the delay on the video. I forgot to post a matchup. Unfortunately, I forgot one. So we're going to do it quickly and then we're going to post the video. Ion Liba is fighting Modestas Bukauskas. Both of these guys, this fight was announced not long after both of these guys had their previous matchups, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Ion Cutleba is on a bit of a streak. I believe he's on a 3-fight win streak against Ibo Islan. Ibo Aslan in 2025. He fought Ivan Urslan and Philip Lins, as well as Tanner Boser. So he's on a bit of a fight. He's been on a bit of a win streak. He's gotten knocked out by Kennedy Njoku, and Johnny Walker submitted him. Ryan Spann submitted him. He was on a, he's kind of been back and forth in the UFC since he kind of came in. Still a young guy, but he goes up against Modestas Bukauskas, who I believe he won his last matchup. Yeah, he won against Rafael Kakera, which is pretty good. TKO'd him in the first round. And then he beat Marcin Perchino at UFC 304. Those are pretty good wins. Modestas has got the height and reach on Ion Cutleba. Guys. I don't trust Ion. Maybe if he wins this fight. He's on a 4-fight win streak. But, I mean, I feel like it's against Ivo Urslan. Okay, he's impressed me as of late, but I'm going to have to go against him, guys, with Modestas Bukauskas. I just think that he's probably more well-rounded, and I trust him more. We're going to go with the Modestas Bukauskas TKO in the second round, guys. Sorry, guys, for the delay on the card. We'll get this out tonight, so the picks will be out, and then we have some other news to discuss. Basement breakdown now.
For the latest show, basement breakdown, let it